Hello everyone, in our last video we created a fixed length file from the CSV file. Now in this video we'll read that fixed length file in OIC and generate the CSV file based on the data in the fixed length file. So if you didn't watch that video, please do watch. You will find the link in the description. Now why fixed length file is important and what is the use of it? So fixed length files are often used in integrations with legacy system, banking, ERP and payroll applications where data is exchanged in a structured but non-delimited format. Now this is our fixed length file that we created in our last video. Here each field is having a fixed length, and generally when you are provided a fixed length file, then the length of each field is also provided with that. But in our cases we already know the length of each field as that is mentioned in our XSD file. So this is the XSD file that we have used to generate the fixed length file in our last video. And you can see here the fixed length of each field is already mentioned. Now we'll use this same XSD file to read our fixed length data file. In this file you can see the root element is employees and it is a complex type because it is having child elements within it. In the employees, min occurs equal to 0, which means file does not contain any employees, and max occurs equal to unbounded. That means there is no limit of number of employees in the file. Then choice condition equal to fixed length, as we will read a fixed length file, and length equal to 0 because the length of the entire file is not static and it will be decided based on the number of employees within it. Then under the employees we have the array element employee where cell separated by UOL, which means each field is on a new line instead of being separated by comma or pipe. Then condition value equal to null, that means no conditions are provided for the array element. Now under the employees we have 5 fields which are employee ID, employee name, hire date, salary and location, and these are the 5 fields that are present in our fixed length file. And each field is having a data type. It can be integer, string or date. Style is mentioned as fixed length as we will read a fixed length file using this XSD file. Then length of each field are mentioned. Then patch style equal to tail. What does that mean? Let's understand. So you can see the length of employee ID is 10. Now if we go to fixed length file, then we can see the length of employee ID is only 3 digit. So the rest of the 7 positions will be occupied by the space, and the space will be after the characters or the numbers. So that is why the patch style is mentioned as tail. Now I will go to OIC and create our integration. So I'll click on the create button and choose schedule integration. I'll provide the name as intg 020 as it is our 20th integration. I'll click on create. I'll click on the horizontal to make it horizontal. Now in the schedule option, I will add few parameters like file path, source file name and target file name, and we'll provide the values in those parameters when we will trigger the integration. So for that, I'll click on this 3 dot and choose edit. I'll click on the plus and create the parameter file path. Similarly, I will create 2 more parameters. You can see the parameters are source file name and target file name. Now I'll save. Now we'll read the fixed length file from the SFTP. For that, I'll go to WinSCP and upload our fixed length text file into one of the SFTP folder. Now I'll click on the plus and choose our FTP connection, which is FTP001. I created this connection in our last video. You can refer that video to know the setup of this connection. Now I'll choose this and provide the name as read fixed length file. Continue, continue. The operation will be read a file which is already selected. I'll not put anything in the input directory and file name. I'll provide the values in the mapping. Continue. Now we have to upload the structure of the XSD file. So I'll select XML schema document from the drop down. Now continue. Now I'll upload our XSD file. Now you can see the root element employees is selected. I'll continue and finish. I'll go to the map of read fixed length file. I'll expand the file read request, and here we have to map the file name and directory, and that we'll get from the parameters in the schedule option. So I'll map the file path to directory and source file name to file name. Now I'll validate. After reading the file from the SFTP, we have to create our CSV file and write that into the SFTP location. So for that, we have this CSV file structure with no data. And here we have all the 5 fields of our fixed length data file. Now in OIC, we have to use the write file operation. Then we have to provide the structure of this file to create our CSV file with the data of the fixed length file. So I'll click on the plus and choose the FTP connection again. Now I'll provide the name as write CSV file. Continue, continue. And in the select operation, instead of read a file, we have to choose write file. The output directory I'll provide slash and the file name pattern I'll provide star. I'll provide the values in the mapping. Now continue. Now we have to upload the structure of the CSV file. So I'll continue and upload our CSV file structure. For the record name, I'll provide employee, and for the record set, I'll provide employees. Now I'll go down and check the column options to make all the fields optional. Now I'll choose first field as mandatory. Now continue, finish. Now I'll go to the map of write CSV file. First of all, I'll expand the outbound FTP header type, and here I'll map the file path to directory and target file name to file name. Then I'll expand employees. Then I'll click on the employee and click on repeat node. Now you can see for the array element employee, 2 nodes are there. So the first node I'll use for the header and the second node will be used for the data. So I'll expand the first node, and here I'll provide the name of each column. Like for the employee ID, I'll click on the create target node and provide EMP ID. For the employee name, I'll write EMP name. Similarly, I'll provide the column name for all the fields. Now I'll expand the second node, and from the sources, I'll expand read fixed length file response. And for the data, first of all, I'll map the repeating element employee to employee. Then I'll map all the fields like employee ID, employee name, hire date, salary, and lastly location to city. Now it is done. I'll validate. Now the last thing is we have to provide one primary business identifier that I'll provide as source file name. I'll save. Now we are ready to activate and run our integration. So I'll activate and I'll choose the debug mode. Now I'll run our integration. I'll go down, and here we have to provide our source file name, target file name, and the file path. So I'll go to WinSCP and copy our file path and put it under the current value of file path. Then I'll copy the fixed length file name and put it under source file name. And for the target file name, I'll provide the same name, but now the extension will be .csv instead of text. Now I'll click on the run button. You can see the processing completed successfully. Now I'll go to WinSCP and refresh. So this is our CSV file that is created from the integration based on the data of the fixed length file. So I'll download this. Now I'll open the file. You can see 4 employees are populated in this CSV file, and if we go to the fixed length file, we can see the same 4 employees are available in the fixed length file as well. So that means the CSV file is created with the same data of the fixed length file. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button, share this video within your circle. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, put that in the comment section, and do subscribe our channel.